welcome everybody to everyone's favorite Thanksgiving game because we're recording it a few days before Thanksgiving. But this game's Turok 2, right?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. What was like something stupid like Pokemon Snap or whatever?
Well done.
Oh shit. You know what game I played a shit ton on the GameCube?
What's
Turok.
that? Really?
Oh yeah.
Wonderful.
I don't think we ever played more than an hour of the single player, but they had this like multiplayer versus mode. I mean, I would play that all the damn time. Like, I'd go to my friend's house after school.
Yes.
We'd play it, and like they had like they had like a war club, like a machine gun, and like this weird little like white dart launcher that shot like a needle at you and would kill you in one hit. It was like a sniper almost. I remember I'd piss him off. I'd just go hide somewhere and then just shoot him from up above and giggle and run away like a goblin.
Oh. Outside.
That and a lot of ATV Off-Road Fury. Don't know if you ever played that game for the GameCube.
I didn't play much of the game. You know what my favorite GameCube game was besides Metroid Prime?
Game Boy Player.
No, it was Harvest Moon, Friends of Something Town. I don't even remember the full title of it. I just remember it was Harvest Moon, and my friend had it on his GameCube, and I played it every time I went over to his house.
Harvest Moon's a fun game. I'd love to play Harvest Moon again, but like the old ones. I tried to play the new ones.
They remade that one that I'm talking about for the Switch not too long ago. Or maybe it's coming out for the Switch.
My issue with them is like they made it way too complicated now.
Well, and are you playing Harvest Moon or are you playing Story of Seasons?
The Harvest Moons.
Ah, see, that's your mistake.
Honestly, both of them. Like the first Harvest Moon games were pretty simple. Like you had a couple things to keep track of, but nothing crazy.
So the company that made Harvest Moon, it was called Story of Seasons in Japan. They licensed out the games to be published in the West, and they were published as Harvest Moon instead of Story of Seasons.
Well done.
Eventually that deal like broke.
Wonderful.
The company that made the Harvest Moon games had the rights to keep making games titled Harvest Moon, but the company that actually made those games in Japan are now publishing them as Story of Seasons.
Well, that's confusing.
Yeah, so the current Harvest Moon games have almost nothing to do with the original ones you played as a kid. But the current Story of Seasons is the same series. Welcome to hell.
That's not confusing at all. I feel like those games are better than Stardew. I know that's a controversial opinion, apparently, but
I appreciate Stardew for what it like did as far as like bringing that kind of game back.
I mean, I enjoy Stardew. I play it every now and then. I'm like, I appreciate for them bringing that genre back too, but it's like, I feel like Stardew had a lot of oversight on some things that just makes the game not too fun to play after a while.
Right.
Like how you can literally just get nearly unlimited money your first year if you just keep buying strawberry seeds for the spring. Or how like it's way harder to do the game the way you're supposed to than it is to do the Joja Mart, because getting money in that game is so easy when it's supposed to be like equal-ish difficulty.
Right.
And it's like the dungeon stuff's cool. It gets really old and repetitive after a while, seeing the same 3 rock textures, you know, and just looking for a ladder. But it's still a good game. I don't think what other games I played that I miss playing as a kid. Thankfully, I have like all of my Game Boy games. Remember, I got rid of a few that weren't great.
I don't think I've ever gotten rid of any of my Game Boy games. Pikachu caught zoomies.
Shiny Pikachu?
He's got the
Oh, he
zoomies.
gone. I don't think. I really liked Mario Kart Advanced.
You know,
I
that's
know
the
a
one
lot of
Mario
people
Kart I've
don't
never
like that
played.
game. It has a learning curve, but it's pretty fun if you can figure that learning curve out. Because it's like half classic Mario Kart and half what you'd expect from a modern Mario Kart, you know? With like how the cars feel and how they like turn and shit.
Right. It
I remember
it always reminded me of
go
the
ahead.
original Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah. I remember I sold Mario Kart Double Dash. And my reasoning was at the time I just didn't like the games. I'm like, I don't want it. Like, it's worth a lot of money. I can get. I think I got like some Pokemon shit with it. Like,
Neat. Well done.
I was gonna say that's an expensive game nowadays.
it is, but a lot of the GameCube games are just going up because people got rid of them or didn't get them because a lot of people skipped the GameCube.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And hell, like I have Pokemon Box. It's like $2,000
Which is insane.
because I was like one of the only people who bought it. It seems because my mom was literally like, "Hey, you play a lot of Pokemon. You should be able to store like extra if you have like too many. Here, I'll get you the Game Boy player and this for Christmas."
Welcome back.
And, you know, it's funny because that sounded like such a ridiculous concept back then.
Yes.
Oh, it was. But I know like Chibi Robo, the first two games are super expensive right now too. What happened to Shantae is happening to Chibi Robo right now.
What happened to Shantae?
Well, it was kind of popular for a bit, but it was more like a cult game. And then out of nowhere, it just got super fucking popular. And all like the games got super duper expensive because it just got popular out of nowhere. Probably because like a streamer or a YouTuber played it. You know, like when like a YouTuber or like Twitch streamer will play a game and like it makes other content creators play the game, and it seems like every other content creator is playing that game because of that.
Yeah.
If I remember, one of those happened with Shantae. It might have been like a speedrun thing, like a GDQ. I don't remember what it was, but like it was a cult thing for a while, and then it got super mainstream. And it's happening to Chibi Robo because a lot of people realize like the first two games are really fun. The DS ones fucking suck.
Let's say
I
I had
know
the one
part
on
of-
3DS, and I thought
Yeah,
it
the
was
one everyone
pretty.
got for the Amiibo.
Yeah, I the one I got for the Amiibo. It's pretty mid.
Apparently, it has a similar thing of like they're not all made by the same studio or something like that.
That sounds about right.
And there was a meme for a while. I'm sure you remember of the amounts of copies of people would have of that Chibi Robo game for the 3DS that came with the Amiibo.
Watch a Scott the Woz video.
Exactly. Like Scott the Woz is one of the biggest people that does it. Because I remember even at like Walmart and GameStop, that game was $4 new because there's so many copies of it because nobody bought it. Jinx. Shut up. Oh, that's racist, Jinx.
Yeah, this was before they made her
That's
purple.
pre-purple. Make that Jigglypuff stop singing. Shut up. Oh, he got pissed.
Yeah.
What is that cat doing? Claire, stop being a cat.
Stop being a cat.
Come be a dog. Hey, come here. Sit. Oh, you actually sat. Good kitty. Your training is almost complete. Pissly puff. I'm looking at my watch, Gus. You know what time it is?
3 a.m.
Oh, well, yes, but I think it's also time for next time.
Oh shit! Next time on Pokemon Snap, I'll probably just blow right through this because nobody really cares. I got another Pokemon Snap in Articuno.
Yeah, good job.
See you guys next time.
Goodbye. This cat's making me fucking hold her.
Wonderful.
Claire, you're a kitty, and you go meow, 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 meow. You ready for next time?
Welcome.
Yeah, you want to bring it on?
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Flopfox here. I'm holding my cat. She doesn't look amused.
The flop
Welcome back
cat.
to Pokemon Snap. With a flop cat named Claire,
Yes.
or as I call her, Claire W.
There, W.
Claire W. Stop eating the brisket, Bobby. Is King of the Hill an anime?
I'd like to think so.
I mean, Japanese people view it as an anime. Now tell me this. Would you consider all American cartoons anime?
All?
Is Kappa Mikey an anime? Wait, you know about Kappa Mikey, right?
I do not.
Oh, it's a really bad show. So the concept's really cool. This American kid gets transferred to like some shit in Japan, and his art style is Western. Everything else is like Japanese and like Korean inspired animation style. But it's just this cringy, like Nickelodeon shoveling out cartoon, you know? Where it's like, oh, we need a new SpongeBob. We'll take anything that's far-fetched at this point, because SpongeBob is pretty far-fetched and it's making us millions of dollars.
It's amazing
Like, have
how
you
well
seen
that
the-
caught off.
Like, I know Fanboy and Chum Chum's another one that's like that. Although I gotta tread lightly because their fan base is crazy.
Oh, is this another fan base of Steven Universe or whatever, where some girl had to die because she drew a character wrong?
No, it's not nearly that bad. It's just like they love their show. It's one of those. Like, it's like a Firefly level of like, fuck you, that show. Which, that's fine. Firefly's a pretty good show.
It's pretty okay.
It does not deserve all that hype,
No, it doesn't.
but
It's on my list of I want to rewatch it because I haven't watched it in like 10 years.
yeah, exactly. Fanboy and Chum Chum is, part of my language, what I imagine autism as a show would be. And not as like an insult necessarily, although partially an insult. It's literally these two kids who have almost negative social awareness harassing this like convenience store employee. And they think they're superheroes and they're just farting all the time or making disgusting jokes like that. Or like doing something stupid and going like it's literally like, okay,
Well done.
what is this supposed to be?
Hmm.
You ever see a show like that where you're like, if a show could be on the spectrum, it'd be this?
Yep.
And like, I hate saying that because like a lot of people say, like, oh, like
Wonderful.
they'll use autism as like an insult, as like just calling someone like a loser or whatever. But like, if you like took like grab one of those tests like that are on the internet, like, hey, maybe you have autism, and ask the show, like evaluate the show with those questions, it'd probably come up
Welcome
positive.
back.
You know what's another terrible show, Gus?
What's that?
Mr. Meaty.
I've never heard of that.
I'm sorry. It's not great. It's like, it's puppets, but they work in like, I think it's like a hot dog shop, and it's just like the meat's super realistic and fucking disgusting looking and like rotting. And it's
Gross.
just a lot of like shock value, gross stuff like that. And the characters look disgusting, worse than Big Mouth. You know, I'm gonna make some enemies, Gus. I love making enemies.
Do it. Make some enemies.
Big Mouth is a terrible show. We get it. You don't watch Family Guy. You can shut up about how good that show is now because you're lying.
I hate that you're comparing it to Family Guy.
Every person I know who like is like, oh, I love Big Mouth and all that. It's like, cool. You don't watch Family Guy. That's your personality. It's like, I don't watch Family Guy. I watch shows like Big Mouth.
I mean, I used to watch
They-
Family Guy.
Like one of the characters literally fucks a pillow, and like that's like a gag.
Yeah, there's definitely some gross things on it. It's a show I wish existed when I was a teenager.
Yeah, but like every fan that I like, every person I see who likes it are like adults in their 30s.
Yeah. I
Also, if you still watch Family Guy as an adult and you are a fan, I'm sorry, but why?
I think the characters in Big Mouth are funnier than the characters in Family Guy. Like, not. When I say
Agree with that.
character, I mean like they do more character acting. It's not just Seth MacFarlane jerking
it's not
himself
just-
out for half an hour.
Yeah, or they find a random clip and they're like, cool, we're gonna keep playing Conway Twitty, or we're gonna steal this Let's Player's footage of Tecmo Bowl and then DMCA him.
Yeah. Also, don't know if you knew this. This is going to be the finale episode.
This is gonna be the finale?
Yeah. We're going to Rainbow Cloud, baby.
I
We're going
don't
to
know,
take
like, I tried watching a recent Family Guy episode, like, all right, like, what is it now? Because I haven't watched it in probably like 8 years at least.
You know what my biggest guilty pleasure lately has been?
Oh, go ahead.
Highlights of Robot Chicken on YouTube.
Oh, me too, man. But like, all the Family Guy bits now, like, they somehow got lazier. Which is a Seth MacFarlane project, so not surprised. But it's literally like shock value stuff. Like, there's an episode where Peter is hypnotized and ends up like eating out Lois's mom or something.
Gross.
Like, actually, and like it kind of went viral like with a meme because there's a clip where Lois sees it and just screams Peter really fucking loud and for a long time.
Well, it's like a recent episode of Rick and Morty that people really didn't like, where Jerry opened a fortune cookie that said he was gonna fuck his mom, and it like almost happens.
I'm gonna be honest.
Like, that's the
hot
whole
take,
plot of the episode.
I hate that kind of humor. I don't think it's funny in the slightest. Of just like, hey, you know what'd be crazy for a character? What if they just fuck their mom? Or like, what if someone's just like talking about having sex with someone's parents? Like, isn't that funny? It's like, it would have been funny if I was like 12.
Yeah, for real.
But it's one of those things like when you get older, or if you just open your brain and like let some of the wrinkles get filled with knowledge, your mom and dad can fuck whoever they want. It's not your choice. And honestly, if you want to know about it, you're a little weird. Like, it's none of your business what your parents are doing. They made you. That's the only business you need to know about involved in that.
Yep.
Yeah, but like Family Guy's just like shock value and garbage like that, or just Peter literally like borderline murdering his family, like running them over with shit or like blowing them up or whatever. And it's like, this is literally a YouTube poop, but it's being made by Fox, which I guess technically means it's being made by Disney now.
Hear that, Tucker Carlson? You're a Disney character.
Yeah, you are. Because like I'm watching through The Simpsons right now. There's a lot of it, but like, yeah, they have their weird shock shit sometimes. It's a lot more tame, and there's still stories with most of the episodes, or it's like a Treehouse of Horror thing where it's just like, hey, let's like see what they're talking, like what they're referencing this time. It's never like, hey, you know what'd be crazy? What if like what if Stewie was like shitting his pants and someone liked it? Like weird shit like that. American Dad's a lot better too about that. Or like,
Yeah, I think American Dad is the better of the Seth MacFarlane shows. To be completely honest with you.
I didn't mind the Cleveland show, to be honest. It wasn't terrible. I mean, it certainly wasn't good, but
Right.
it was
You
watchable.
made it.
But still, like,
See you.
There we go, Jeremy.
and then oh, we did it. Last thing about the Cleveland show is it started off really good, and then they just made the whole show about. Isn't it funny how it's black people getting stuck in weird situations, and it's like, oh, why did you make the show become that?
The whole show was weird.
Seth MacFarlane's weird.
Fair.
Like, give me weird situations about the fact that, like, in the South now, like in general, like hillbilly stuff, or give me this straight up weird shit. Don't make it weird of like, oh, Cleveland's working as a groomsman on an old plantation. Why? Anyway, let's jam. We did it. Thank you, Benimaru Ashura Ito. You know what? Toru Kuroshige? You gotta thank you as well. But you, Akira Yamazaki, you also gotta thank you.
And others.
Well, others is my favorite one for sure. Special thanks to viewers like you. Thank you.
I always thought the Super Mario Club was like a real thing that I could join, and I always wanted to be a member.
Me too. I'd always look through Nintendo Power, see if there's like an application in there.
No, it's just a debugging team.
Yep. I always look like, oh, is it like a thing where it's like, if you get Nintendo Power and you have it subscribed for so long.
Rest in peace. Shigeru Miyamoto, your birthday wasn't too long ago.
Rest in peace.
Hiroshi Yamauchi was still alive when this game was made. I actually remember when he died. I think I was in college when he died.
Well, that's sad. Thank you, Nintendo. You used to make really good games consistently. I'll still buy them, but do a little better, please.
No, I don't think there's been too many first-party Nintendo games that I have like played and thought, "Wow, this was a piece of shit." My biggest complaint is Splatoon 3 needed to be a little more different than Splatoon 2, but they at least did a lot of quality of life changes.
I don't know how you can really change it. It's like, have you ever played Garden Warfare?
Yeah, same idea.
Yeah, it's like, how do we change our shooter up enough? It's not like COD where we can make it futuristic or make it like World War II or anything.
Right.
We can add a few more weapons, change fluid mechanics, change a couple physics things, and that's probably it.
And I will say, I'm not one of those scrubs that doesn't think they did anything different. Like, I have seen some of the mechanics change, but for someone who's not playing it super competitively all the time, it's not enough for me. I will still play every Splatfest though, because that's what I love the Splatfest. I think they're super fun. It's a nice community thing.
I need to play in one. I still don't have any of the Splatoon games.
Oh, really?
Well, one of our mutual friends is going to give me his copy of Splatoon 2 because he hated Splatoon, and I saw him a bunch, but every time I saw him, he just happened to not have it somehow.
Splatoon 3 just had a Splatfest for Pokemon.
I think. Actually, did he end up giving it to me? Let me check. He might have. Let me check my handy dandy Switch case.
Let's see what our best photo was in the Pokemon report.
No, he didn't, but that's okay. You seeing what our best picture is?
Yeah. I want to see our... There's a way... Professor Oak keeps track of what your like highest graded picture was. Challenge scores, post-game stuff.
Oh God.
Oh,
Best shot. There you go.
Okay. Oh,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Pikachu's taking a shit. One of them's having a really hard time pushing. The other one's having a hard time grasping that he is pooping. The one in the back's like, what is my body doing?
I'm glad we got a 60/90 on this. Well, everybody.
It's almost the funny number.
Well, everybody, thanks for watching and listening to us rant about shitty adult cartoons. Immature cartoons, as my parents would call them.
Also, Seth MacFarlane, if you're listening, stick to making Christmas music, dude.
Also, come on the show. Come on our podcast. Like and
But
subscribe to
only
this
if
video.
you want to record a Christmas song with us. If you like this video, you can like and comment, but you have to subscribe twice.
Yep. You have to hit subscribe, unsubscribe, and then hit it again.
Yeah. And it doesn't do anything for our analytics or anything. We just want you to do it because we love you.
It's funny. Also, buy the merch.
Or if you want to spend your money on something else instead, why don't you, I don't know, burn the money. That's pretty useful too.
Yeah, I don't know. Get good, man.
Do what you want. I'm not your dad. You went to get milk 18 years ago and hasn't been seen since.
Yeah. Join us next time on whatever the fuck we're gonna play on the Northern Folk Lodge. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye.